What's up guys, this is Suresh Sharma and we are gonna see the React documentation. But first of all, I would like to explain you what is React.js. So React.js is a JavaScript library which is used to make different UI interfaces, and it makes it really simple for the complex UI designs. Now most of the developers like JavaScript, Vanilla.js more than React because they think that it's straightforward, but React makes it really simple to make UI designs responsive and functional. So in React we write JSX. Now JSX, see, JSX is a JavaScript extension. It's just a syntactical sugar that would means do similar thing which the JavaScript do, but in simple syntax. So JSX helps us to describe the UI so that we can have a idea that how our design would look like. Now we'll see this JSX and how it works. Now in this screen you'll be seeing const element is equal to and some message in h1 tag. Now this is what we call JSX. Now this would seem similar to the HTML, but it's not HTML. Now how is it displayed over here? Now what happens, see, in element this value of JSX is stored. Hello, I am JSX, right? Now React DOM is a package with various methods, and one of the most important method in React DOM is render. Now what this render method does, that it returns some JSX, which is, see, the element which is stored, and then the second parameter it takes is the position where should it shown. Now again, first argument of this render method will be the element or the JSX which I want to return, and the second would be the position where I want to return. Now the position document.get element by id root. Now you can see in HTML there is a div tag with an id root. Now in this div tag this hello I am JSX is stored. Now if you are confused, I would simply type hello I am HTML space. Now see, over here in this div we can see hello I am HTML space. Over here there is another div and this is another div. Now I could have returns this value of element in this div, but I have specified over here document.get element by id, the element which has the id root. I want to store my JSX value over there, and here it is this element. Now for example, I would give the id to this is something. Now over here I want to return this JSX over something, the element which has something as its you can say id. So we will see first to just remove this. Okay, now we'll see that hello I am JSX, and over here if I write hello, you will see the div which has the id root. In that there would be hello printed, hello, and the div in which has the id something, in that hello I am JSX would be printed. To get a better understanding, we will try to make the prototype of Instagram login page over here. So first we would wrap all the things in a single div tag. So first of all, whenever we open the Instagram login page, we see a header named Instagram. So we will see that. Fine. Now after that we see two entries, like first one is enter your username or password, we'll build that. So first of all, we'll see how to make it. In label, first we will add username, and in input and the break statement, and we will copy the same thing and another will be the password. And after that, there is a simple button which says login with Facebook. Login with Facebook. Now, as you can see, this is a very simple basic design which would have been used at the time of creating the login page. After that, there would be some styling, it would be centered, and then some padding would be given. So it's a basic, you can say, design that you can create by using JSX simply. Now over here we can see that we can add pure JavaScript to React, means in JSX2. For example, here there is a function named format name taking an parameter user, and it returns user dot first name and user dot last name. Now over here there is an object called user, and having first name is equal to Harper and last name is equal to Perez. Now const element, in element there is some JSX value stored. Now over here in h1 tag there is hello format user. Now whenever we add some pure JavaScript in our JSX, we have to add it in curly braces, which will represent that it is pure JavaScript expression. So what it does, that format user will return this user dot first name and user dot last name, means Harper and Perez, means the output will be hello Harper Perez. Let's see. And as you have seen, react dot render, over here the element will be stored in the element which has the id root, hello Harperis. Now we will see about rendering, and rendering is a bit complex topic, mean it works in many ways, so we will see that. So what is rendering? But first of all, I would like to show you the React.js work setup, or the workspace where you can build your applications or web pages. So we discussed that how the DOM handles in the React. React DOM is a package with a method called render, and the first argument is the component or the element which has to be rendered, and second is the, I said you, the position, that where it should be rendered. Now this app comes from this app.js, and in app.js you can see that it returns some JSX called hello world. Over here you can see hello world is printed over here. If I change this hello world, yes, and save it, it will re-render the page, and after re-rendering it will show the new message, right? So how this thing works, because there is a huge setup behind this, and you can download it by any GitHub repo, or you can create it by a simple command line. You should install Node.js for that. You can see a documentation or any YouTube video for that. So how things get start working over here. Okay, see, in HTML our whole code is imported in this div tag with id of root, and over here index.js react dom dot render the app file. In app file we can see that some JSX called hello world yes is returned, and what it says that return this JSX over this position document dot element get element by id root. So what happens that it returns some JSX over this id element. Now, what are components? Now, components are important in any JavaScript framework like Angular, which is made by Google, Vue, which is made by a group of very passionate developers, and React, which is made by Facebook. What does component mean? That you can see over here, components let you split the UI into independent and reusable pieces and think about each piece in isolation. Means you can think that components are like boxes. You can use them in a systematic manner or use them. For example, I will show you the example of Instagram. So just imagine the each component over here. First component will be the navbar, which will contain the header of Instagram, and then it will contain the search bar, and then the menu icon and all that stuff. Then second component, you can see it's a box showing some post. Then similar component, you can see it's a box showing a post. So you can see that here are some reusable components. Mean you can build a component like this and then reuse them as you need them. Now over here you can see a component showing my profile and some suggestions for me. Advantages of components are that we can reuse them after creating one component. For example, see, there is a profile with a photo and its name over here. If we create a component which would contain the profile picture in circle and name, we can reuse the component for other profile pictures too, or other profiles too. And I just said you with similar with the posts. And the second advantage is that you can work on the component individually. Means if you create a component of this snap bar Instagram, you can work on it specially, and you can focus more on this component and make it fully functional. Now I will show you a example of a component which re-renders itself multiple times. For example, if I have to search my profile, I will go to the search tab and simply type Sreyash. Now it will render component. See, a component is rendered over here and it will show me all the suggested names. Now I will type 25. It will re-render itself. Means whenever I type, it will re-render itself and show me the result. Now when I will type one character, then again it will re-render itself, and as like it will show me the it will show me the last person which have the account. So this is the meaning of this, is that whenever we type something, it will re-render itself, fetch the data from the server and see what are the matching names, and then it will show the data on the component, and that component will be displayed in front of me. So that's how the re-rendering works in the components also. So this was a simple overview on React.js framework. React.js framework was created by Facebook in 2013 or 2013 I believe, and it was a great success because most of the developers were used to it. And what happened that AngularJS was created before React.js, but AngularJS framework was way too complex, so many of the developers switched to React. And if you want to learn React totally, then first you got to learn JavaScript. Then only you can get the concepts of React. So thank you and best of luck.